Hello, in this video I'm going down the world of electronics. Am I a bit handy with this? Basics. Anyway, we'll see. Roll the intro. We're going to be trying to create what is called a dead rail locomotive. Essentially, you still have a DCC decoder, but works over a Bluetooth device and takes the power from a battery. I did a bit of research on this. Apparently some people in America have done it. I don't know if anybody here has, but I thought I'd have a go. You'll see in the video, I use the Hornby HM700. I don't know if that's correct, but don't quote me on that. But anyway, I use the Hornby decoder, which essentially is a Bluetooth device, and you can use the app off your phone to essentially work the locomotive. The only thing I was thinking here was, how do I get the power? So, battery pack. You'll see towards the end of the video, the batteries that I bought are too big for the fuel tank. But there will be a pause where I come in again and I will finish the video and finish the locomotive with the new batteries. All the parts that I've bought and sourced, I will put links in this video below. I will put the Hornby decoder that I use. I think it's the 8-pin if I remember correctly. So yeah, I will speak to you again after the past videos. Because when I started this project, it was not in this house, it was in the old house, and I had a bigger workspace. So, hope you've... Because I'm not the most electrical minded. I've got an idea what to do. If anybody has a better solution, there's no harm in copying or improving on the subject. Anyway, enough of me wittering on. I'll post the videos in, I'll get them edited, and then I'll come back to you with an update. Right, folks, so basically I want to convert this locomotive so it isn't taking track power and is basically I can remote control it. So it's going to take power from the batteries, convert that power into enough power for the locomotive. So in general cases over here in the UK, it's between 12 and 16 volts. So the idea is I'm going to be using the HM700 decoder because over in America they have a Bluetooth system as well, and a lot of people have been using theirs to convert. So obviously I've got the app, and hopefully so it's definitely working. So hopefully by the end of this video we'll have it so it's remote controlled. Okay folks, so we've got the loco, we've got our battery, we've got our charger, we've got the converter. I've got several different parts and bits as well with the connectors. All the affiliate links will be in the description below if you want to purchase these parts and have a go yourself. So first of all, we're going to have to take the loco to bits. So let me take the track power away. Let's take that away for now. So we're going to have to take the body off. I will not bore you with that. Right folks, so the body is off. We need to hopefully get these off as well. So let's just carefully remove that and remove that. So the body is now fully off. Let's make sure we get the orientation the right way. Right, so I want to put the battery in the fuel tank. So this is going to take quite a bit to do. Right, so we will take the decoder off first. Just gently does it. Let's get rid of the gubbins. You notice I've stuck it down with blue tack, sorry. So that's off, that's safe, that's sound. Right, so I want to put it in the fuel tank. So we're going to have to... Let's see if we can... I'll come back to you once I'm in. Right, so I'm just at the part now where I'm going to be taking the bogies off. Now, because we'll be taking the power from the battery, not from the track, I can remove the wires from the bogies. So if we do that now, we'll take a bogie off. In fact, I will do both screws now. And hopefully, with a bit of persuasion, the bogie is now out. Now, make sure you don't lose your connecting rods to the motor, otherwise that will be bad. You're basically freewheeling at that point. So, we're taking the power from the battery. So, can we focus? So I will be removing these wires. So all I'll do is I'll just give them a snip. And I'm fairly good with my soldering, so I can always add it back on if I want to convert this loco back to DC or even DCC. Okay, so I'm at the part now where I want to see if this actually works before I put it in the locomotive. So I've got my converter here. So if we look at, so it's that way on. So that'll be the input, them two there. So red, black, black, red, and this is the output. So these two wires want to be going to effectively on the circuit board, basically to the, can you see it? The left and the right. So it'll be want to be going to either one of them or either one of them. I think they're the day or night running, if I remember correctly. Don't really matter. So I'm going to try this and see if this works. So I will get back to you if it does. Alright folks, so I've literally jerry-rigged this because I'm not sure if it'll 100% work. So we've got the chip back on the circuit board. I'll know because of sound and lights, hopefully. So hopefully we'll see some lights. So I'm now going to plug the battery in. It should be that way on. Ooh, we got something then, straight away. So let's see what happens. He says when he turns his phone on. Oh, I have seen something. I've seen lights. We have lights, ladies and gentlemen. So. Yeah. Hang on, wait a minute. Now obviously there's no motor stuck in this. This is just jerry-rigged, by the way. I've yet to figure out how to put it in the diesel tank. But we've got lights. We've got sound. All you know to do is figure out how to get it into there. But for a jerry-rig, that's actually pretty good. Alright folks, so I've now got the fuel tank off. Yeah, I'm just trying to make a tidy mess. Right, so the idea is I want to put the battery in this fuel tank. It's the only place I think I've got space to do so. But I also want to recharge this battery. So I'm thinking I'm going to put the connector in here. So I can deconnect it and reconnect it for charging and not charging. So let me just go ahead, and there is a weight here as well. So I'm hoping this just comes out. Make a note to self, when you take these screws out, let's see how many's left over, shall we? Okay, so we have got the weight out. I tell you what, where's it gone? That was quite a hefty piece of metal, I'll tell you. Right, so the idea is I want to put the battery in here. So there's plenty of room for it. Let's get rid of this lug. I believe I can fly. So I want to put the connector in here somehow. So I want to be able to take it out. There and reconnect it if necessary. So I'm going to have a look and see if I can cut that out. So I will get back to you on that one. I'm about to create my little hole using one of these. There you go, if you decide you want to buy one. It's a Tamiya one of all planes. So let's just see if I can... Okay, I am back. I have drilled out my holes and I have cut it out. So I've now got a hole cut out there. Let me just finish that off. Oh, excuse me. But I couldn't do that again. So the idea is I want to put my battery in there, but I have the option of taking the wire out and sticking it back in to charge. So the only thing I can think of doing to that is possibly a hot glue gun. Oh, I just had a thought. Wait a minute. So we go that way on, don't we? Oh, wait a minute. I'm going to have to glue this on because the weight takes the screws. Okay, so let's see if I can mark it out quickly. That's the idea. Right, okie dokie. So hopefully I've done that right. So I am going to have to figure out how to put this back onto there. Be back in a minute. And I'm back. And here's one for you. So this is the weight. Excuse me. This is the battery. So I thought, okay, it's sticking out a bit, not a problem. I can sort this out. However, there is a reason why this weight has a hole in it. And it's because the metal chassis with the motor housed, notice how the plastic frame has a hole in it as well. Do-do-de-doo, do-de-doo, do-de-doo-doo-doo-doo. Can anybody see the problem there? Let me just stick his lordship where he would sit. I believe it's there. Yeah. Yes. So jerry rigging it worked. However, I'm going to have to find another battery. Dope. So if I do find a correct battery, I will put the link of that in the description. And I will show you me installing it. And I am going to still use... where's the battery? I am still going to use these connectors if I can. So I will try and find a better battery. Okay, so fast forward to present day. Obviously you saw at the end of there, the battery didn't fit. I did source another battery. I will link that in the description below as well. You can have both variations if you want. And we'll cut to the future installation after this clip. I hope you're enjoying. If you do, like and subscribe. It means very much to me. I keep looking down at my screen for some reason. I should be looking at the damn camera. I should be getting used to this by now. So yeah, let's carry on with the project, shall we? Alright folks, we're back. We're on a new workbench. Bit smaller, but oh well. Life sucks. So, I have, it's been what? Good few months now. Moved house, all that extra bits. Here is the new battery. He says, I don't know if this matters, the 3.7 volts 800M, but that obviously goes with this converter from that to 12 volts or 16 depending. Right, so the idea is now is I've got to figure out if this all works, so I've got to jerry rig it again. So I'll be back in a tick. So I've jerry rigged it. As you can see, the lights are on. I've had to pinch another phone to show you this. So there is the app. We have lights. We have sound. So even with the other battery, I've still got it to work. Now I've got a jerry rig. This is jerry rigged, obviously. I've now got to try and get it in there. So my first port of call will be the fuel tank. I need to get the battery in there in such a way that I can wire it up so I can still pull out the connector to charge. And then I've got to figure out where to put the converter, which is easy enough wired to, well, it's not even wired, I've just pushed it in the holes, to the circuit board. So I will swap the phones back over, so hopefully it'll be a better quality, and we'll get right to it. Okay, so I'm currently at the point where I've glued on the fuel tank, so it's in there secure-ish. On a Bachmann locomotive, the weight does have these lugs which are coordinated to the plastic chassis. If you notice, I've got them wires there. They've gone through the holes which are normally for the day and night running switch, which is that teeny tiny little thing there, look. So hopefully when I'll get this screwed together and we can get into the next stage of, I'll stick the bogies back in because that'll give me a more stable platform to work on. And we'll see if we can get any further with this project. So I'll be coming back in a minute. Okay, so I've put the bogies back on. I've had to literally glue this tank several times. I'm Still not sure if it's on the right way. These wires are in. So now I will get the circuit board on and I will start figuring out where to put stuff. Speaker's going to have to come here. The Stay Alive for the Hornby decoder was living round here. If I can get the converter there as well, I'll be absolutely well chuffed. So I will come back to you once I've done all the soldering and that, because you don't want to watch me do that. So I'll get back once the circuit board's on and it's all wired up. Back in a bit. Okay folks, so I am back. The app is on. It says it's connected, which is good. We do have the lights. Let's have a look at the... Oh, we don't have no rears though. Okay, we don't have any rears. Not to worry. So, it's still... I might need to tidy these up. So, the converter is here. These may need trimming down so it sits nicely, because that is literally the height of the chassis. But hopefully... Now the motor is rigged to this, so let's have a go. This is going to be fun. Ooh, anything? Huh. We no longer have power. I wonder if the batteries are dead. It might be worth giving them a charge. Yes. We can see there, look. It's gone dead. So I reckon the battery might be flat. But that was good. That was a good initial test. Hopefully I'll come back and we'll have more on the timing wise of it. It might last longer than 3 seconds. Yeah, we'll come back and see if we can make this any better. Okay folks, so it's been 2 days now, I believe. I have charged it up. I was out yesterday, so I wasn't able to do anything about it. I just left it alone. There is power into it. However, there is a slight noise coming from the speaker, so I'm not sure. But let's have a go. There's still no rear lights, by the way. I don't know why there's no rear lights, unless it's because of the way I've wired up the front ones. So last time it didn't move for me. Let's see if it moves now. Okay, we're going the wrong way, like. It's not a big problem. We have movement. It doesn't have to be that loud, does it? I'll tell you what, for a Hornby speaker, Sugar Cube, it is very loud. But look at that, people. No track power. There is probably a more simpler way. I could just swap the wires over. could even do the motor ones for that matter. Just so it's pointing in the right direction. But look at that. That is cool. It's quite responsive as well. I wonder how long it would last with the sound on. So I will reverse that so it thingies the right way. I will get back to you. We'll put the body on. We'll put it on a rolling road thing, and I'll time it, and I'll come back to you. Alright folks, so the body's on. It is secure all around. There's no visual thingies. We're on a rolling road. Let's start the engine. It would have helped if I had a stopwatch on me. I mean, to be fair, I've got 50 seconds on the timer now, so I can add that on the end. So at the moment we've done a minute now. Right, I'm going to set it to half power, and I will come back to you. I'll set it to half power and come back to you when it runs out. So we're moving off. I do see wheels moving. I will come back to you. Okay folks, we're back. I don't know how to break this to you, but unless we can maybe alter the battery's voltage, get a bigger battery, or find somewhere to fit it. If you include the minute of the video when I started it up, I got about 5 minutes out of the locomotive. That's not a lot. That is not a lot at all. I mean, it's a good concept. The idea was there. I don't know how they do it across the water, but there must be a better solution. I mean, this could be a thing for O gauge, for remote controls, that kind of thing. But yeah, if you include, I mean, what have I got on here? I've got just over 3 minutes. The video itself was a minute beforehand. There was extras when I was testing it as well, so probably about 5, maybe 6 minutes. I might give it a full charge. I mean, I didn't give it a full charge. I didn't want to risk it, because the charger does have a light on it when it goes green. So I could do that and see what happens. But I reckon you'll only get, at the most, half an hour out of it. I mean, it's a concept, it's there. I mean, somebody out there can probably make the better situation out of this than I am. I'm not the most electrical minded person. So, let's go to the conclusion, shall we? So, the possibility is there. However, I'm not that technologically minded to get it to work properly. I managed to get about 20 minutes out of it the most. So I would imagine somebody out there could make a whole lot of better concept out of it. They might be able to find a much stronger battery that lasts a hell of a lot longer. They might be able to find a converter. The idea's there if anybody wants to copy it. I mean, there's no harm in copying, unless it's a music recording. But yeah, it was a project worth having a go at. O gauge, it might definitely work in an O gauge because you'll have a bigger battery. Double O, I mean, I chose a class 66 because of, well, I thought there was more space than I thought, but I could only get it in the fuel tank. I'm sticking it back on charge, so bear with me a second. Right, so yeah, so hopefully I'll put all the links down below of what I've bought. If you wish to have a go yourself, you might be able to be better at it than I am. But yeah, the idea's there. I mean, them across in America have done a lot better than I have. I don't know how long their locos last. I saw a few videos. It was a project having fun with. I could probably improve upon it if I'll do some more research. Hopefully I'll see you in another video. We're in now May, probably end of July, where we might have the model railway room up and ready to receive the layout. That's be exciting. So I will say like and subscribe. Not all that nonsense. I keep looking at the screen. I should be looking at the camera. I hope you're enjoying this weekend as much as I am. It's absolutely roasting here in the UK. Bye for now. Bye.
Mind the gap.